I will pick this side.
Okay, we are playing a 500-point game today between Admech and Dark Angels. Our deployment is like this. It is 9 inches from the center line, and then we're doing 12 inches from either sideline just because this board's a little bit smaller. We're playing on the moon base map today. We have restoratives as our twists, so at the start of your turn, a unit gains D3 lost wounds. And then we have drawn and quartered as our objective.
Hello, this is my 500-point Dark Angel list. I have a Librarian. His Interromancy disciplines are Trephination and Aversion. He has a Stormbolter. I then have a Lieutenant. He has the Havenfall Blade and also a Stormbolter. I have a 10-man Space Marine squad right here. They have a Missile Launcher, and the Sergeant has a Stormbolter and a Power Sword. This 5-man right here has a Melta-Gun, and the Sergeant has a Stormbolter and Power Axe. And then I have 5 Scouts with Snipers and Camo Cloaks.
This is my 500-point army. This is Stygus 8. I have 2 Tech Priest Engineers. This one's going to be my Warlord. He has the Warlord trait that lets me reroll Canticles. This is a 5-man Ranger squad, no upgrades. This is a 5-man Ranger squad in disguise that also has no upgrades. This is a 5-man squad with a Omnispecs and then 2 Transuranic Arquebuses. A 6-man squad of Rust Stalkers with Taser Goads and Flechette Blasters. And then a 7-man squad of Fulgurite Electro Priests. It's a battalion detachment, so I have 6 command points. Okay, so here is the battlefield. We are playing on the moon base map. These blue dice mark out the deployments. 1 player will be on this edge, 1 player will be in the middle 18 inches, and 1 player will be on, or the first player will also have this edge, so they control both far sides. We have 4 objectives. We have this gravestone right here, this ammo crate there, this strange unidentified weapon up there, and this little turret in this little base. So this is our role to choose deployment. 5 and a 1. I'm going to choose the outside edges. So you're going to put the first unit down.
Cool. I'm placing my Sniper Scouts right here to hopefully take this objective.
I'm going to spend a command point, and I'm going to use Clandestine Infiltration on this squad here. And so I'm to 5 command points.
I'm putting my Dark Angels, tacticals right there.
I'm going to spend a command point, and I'm going to use Clandestine Infiltration on this unit of Rust Stalkers. And that is my next unit.
I'm putting the 5-man tactical squad on this one.
I'm putting a 5-man Ranger squad right here. I'm placing my non-Warlord Engineer right there. I'm putting my 5-man unit that has 2 Transuranic Arquebuses in this building. My Warlord is going to deploy right here, take on those scouts. And I'm putting my last 5-man Ranger squad in that building. This is the roll for first turn. Aaron gets a +1. Ooh, I go first. You gonna try to steal?
Yeah, try to steal that.
These guys are infiltrating 9 away from his tactical Marine squad. So this Fulgurite Electro Priest squad is coming in right here 9 inches away from the scout squad. So my canticle this turn, I'm going to invoke the chant of the Remorseless Fist, so I reroll once hit in the fight phase. Okay, so these 2 units, they stayed still, they didn't move at all. My Rust Stalkers advanced forward 8. These 2 units of Rangers stayed still. my Tech Priest Engine Seer Warlord advanced forward to kill the foul heretics. And then my Electro Hobos came out of nowhere and walked up from behind. So this squad of Rangers are shooting this 5-man tactical squad. These are galvanic rifles. They hit on a 3-up, miss with 3. They wound on a 4-up, and none wounds. Okay, my Warlord Engine here is going to be shooting his last pistol at his snipers. We have 1 shot, hitting on a 4-up. Hits, wounding on a 5-up.
Oh,
Wounds.
2-up. I did it! Never mind, 1 dies. They aren't all in cover. Bloop.
Foolish mortal, hiding from my last
The
pistol.
horror of war.
Okay, so I'm going to have these 4 guys in range shoot at this 5-man tactical squad. 4 shots hitting on 3s. 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. And this one is at a -1 and 1 normal save. So 1 2-up and 1 3-up.
This is the 2-up. Fail. This is the 3-up.
I'm going to have this squad split fire. These 3 guys with the galvanic rifles are going to shoot this 4-man squad, and the 2 transuranic arquebusi are going to shoot his librarian. So let's do the galvanic rifles first. Hitting on 3s, 1 hit, wounding on a 4, 1 wound, so you get your 2-up armor and cover.
Good.
Yes, and then these are the 2 transuranic arquebusi. They're hitting on 3s. 1 hit, it's strength 6 or 7, one of the 2. Wounds you on 3s. Oh, no wounds.
Nice. That's good.
So, flechette blasters from this squad into this 10-man tactical squad. These are hitting on 3s. It's a lot of dice.
It's a lot of nuts.
And then they are wounding on 5s. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saves.
5 3-ups. Pass all of them.
Okay, my Tech Priest Engine here is going to charge his 4 Sniper Scouts. 1 hit.
1 hit. Awesome. Or they didn't move this time, so I get to reroll 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 hit, 4 wound.
Actually, I'm gonna command point and roll that. Did it.
Ooh, a
I got
6.
6.
So it's a mortal wound and a -1.
Awesome.
So I think this is a 4-up now. Yeah, okay, so he passes. So he takes 1 wound. Okay, so charge distance. 6. I think that makes it. This Fulgray Electro Priest is also charging in. This is their distance. 4. I think they made it. Yes, okay, they make it. Okay, so my Skitari unit right here is going to be charging that 10-man. This is the Overwatch.
I'm using my bolt guns right now.
This is 4 over here. That was yours.
Alright. Nothing. The missile launcher. D6 instead of the frag thing. 5.
No, to hit. You have 6 up to hit, 4 for wound.
Oh, yeah. Nope, nothing. Alright.
So this is my charge distance. I needed 1. Okay, that's 8. Okay, so I'm going to nominate this unit to attack first. I'm going to spend 1 command point, and I'm going to use Conquer, Doctrine, and Imperative. And it gives me +1 on my hit rolls. So I'm hitting on a 3-up, and I reroll once. So rerolls happen before added. So everything hits. These kind of 6s, and these get +1 to kind of 6s. So that gives me. So these are strength 6. They're wounding you on 3s.
Spent 2.5 points for my disgusting attack.
So you're gonna move your guys into it.
My attacks to the scouts.
So 3 up armor save. Okay, so this is my engine seer attacking back at the scouts. This is the Pattercog 2 attacks. He hits on a 4-up. So 2 hits. He is strength +2, so he wounds on 3s. So 2 at -2. And this is the servo arm. It hits on a 5-up. Misses. Okay, so I'm gonna have my Fulgurite Electro Priest attack his scouts. I have 14 attacks. I'm hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s because of my canticle. Roll a bunch of 2s. So I hit with that 9, and then I wound you on 3s and take 6. So that is 6 saves at -2. In the fight phase, their invul save gets boosted.
These are the 2 regular tactical attacks. And this with both. Rough start. Then these are the power sword. 2 hits. 1
Fours. So -3 to my armor. I have a 4-up, but I have a 6-up invul save. So I failed one, so one guy loses a wound.
Alright. Then, at the end of the fight phase, I'm going to use the Honor the Chapter stratagem to get a second fight phase.
Okay, so you're gonna attack with the same unit again?
Yeah.
Alright, I like it. Gutsy.
First tactical attacks. 2 hits. 1 wound.
4-up armor save. Fails, so the one guy dies.
Then power sword. 2 hits. 1 wound.
6-up invul save. Fail. So one guy is down 1 wound. Okay, so for consolidation, my engine seer moved up towards this ladder. My Fulgurite Electro Priest squad, they just moved forward a little bit to get more towards where things are happening. And this squad just moved into combat further.
Taking morale for my Space Marines in combat.
So that's a 9, so that's lost by 1.
Okay. This is the reroll from It Shall Show No Fear. Nope, even worse. I still only lose 1 from Grim Resolve.
That is something we have learned. You learn something every day.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just realized that my guys are actually toughness 3 and not 4. So he would have wounded me with 1 more power sword, so I'm going to take my 6-up save and see if I lose my guy. Oh, he passes. Okay, so I'm holding this objective with this 5-man unit, so I get 1 victory point for that. I get 1 victory point for this objective, and I have first blood this turn, so I have 3 in total.
Alright, all my Dark Angels kind of hop down from up here to help consolidate into this fight. To eradicate the robot menace.
How dare you try to eradicate my precious robots.
On my second phase, I'm going to have my Psyker cast Smite into the Ruststalkers. Went off with a 9, yeah, so it doesn't. And then,
D3.
D3.
1, so this guy dies.
And then I'm going to do Trephination. I need a 7 to go off. I'm going to spend my last command point to reroll that. Yeah. And it went off with 10, so I get +2 to the result. And then it's
2d6 versus my leadership.
yeah.
Okay, my leadership is 7, so
Yeah,
that's
so
6.
it doesn't even. Ooh. Oh, wow.
My robots are powerful
They
against
are
your
immune to psychic
psychics.
powers.
They only have so much of a brain left.
Yeah. In the shooting phase, I'm gonna have these 2 tacticals shoot over into these electro priests. 1 hit.
I think I'm toughness 3. Yeah, so that's a wound anyway.
5 wound.
So 3 up invul. Pass.
Nice. So I'm going to be shooting his storm or his pistol into combat and his pistol. 1 hit. Reroll from lieutenant. 1 wound.
Okay, so 4 up armor save. Failed. So 1 guy loses a wound.
Everything's gonna charge into here. I'm gonna start with this guy.
Okay, roll, you made it.
I did it. Librarian. Did it. And the tacticals. Did it. These are my attacks with the lieutenant into the rust stalkers. I need to choose to hit. And then I am strength 6 against toughness 3.
So 2s.
2s.
What's the AP?
AP -3.
Okay, so these are 6 up invuls. None? How much damage do they do?
D6 or D3.
Okay, roll 1 at a time. So the first
2.
guy's dead. Okay, roll your next one.
2.
Okay, next guy's dead. Roll your last one.
3.
Okay, so yeah, 3 guys die.
Now, we have this 5-man scout squad, and you might be wondering, why would I give them shotguns?
Then moving on to the tacticals.
And honestly, it kind of hurt to bring them and see
The 2 big dice are the parax. So I hit with
you might be wondering too.
2 regular tacticals and 1 parax. 3 wounds.
Okay,
one at
2
minus.
2 4-ups, 1 6-up.
5-man scout.
So 1 wound.
Now, they all have shotguns, and you might be thinking to yourself, why would you bring shotguns on your scouts?
And we'll attack with the force stave.
This is
He has
my foot.
+2 strength, 3 attacks.
This is the unit.
It's on 3s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
So 2 hit.
Essentially do.
Then
So
2s.
I like to have the ability
Okay,
to
2 5-ups.
infiltrate forward and take
Fail. He is dead.
Awesome.
or act as a buffer unit.
Just kind of consolidated, moving forward a little bit to hopefully get this objective before the game ends.
They're the cheapest unit. They're 67 points.
At the end of my turn, I have 0 victory points, and I've lost the squad.
And honestly, the main reason I bring them is because I think that they're really, really cool. Also, I put Space Marine heads on all my.
Okay, so for my canticle, I'm going to choose Benediction of the Omnissiah, so I reroll to hit rolls of 1 in the shooting phase.
I think the Space Marine helmets look better on them anyway.
Okay, so this 5-man unit, they advanced. The other 5-man unit stayed still. My Angels VS Warlord went up to capture that objective. And then this unit of Electro Hobos advanced to get closer to the Dark Angels. And then these 2 units, they just moved up a little bit.
The sergeant that my list uses has a chain.
Okay, so I'm going to have this 5-man squad shoot into this 4-man squad up front.
It also,
So these hit on 3s and they reroll 1s.
as I described, a plasma gun and missile launcher.
So
Now, this
5
is the
hits,
unit I usually set,
and they wound on 4s.
and
1 wounds.
there's really only so much you can have.
No AP.
1 for you.
So I decided to give them a rocket launcher. And it's
Okay, so nothing else is in range, and units advance. So that's going to be the end of my turn. I control this objective up here, the objective on the watchtower, and the objective in this little fort. So I'm at 6 victory points.
necessary to have an anti-tank. And the missile launcher is a really multi-role weapon, and I really like how it looks, to be honest. I've always liked the idea of a Space Marine just walking around.
I moved basically everyone just kind of this way to target these ranges right here. Oh, they haven't advanced yet, actually. I'm going to do that right now.
Lieutenant. Now, you might
6
be
in?
thinking
Awesome.
that looks like a
So for that
Space Marine
first
jump,
unit, right?
Yeah.
and that's because
These
it is.
3 guys.
But I made this for a campaign me and my friends had started playing a while back.
Okay. Then I'm going to move into my psychic phase. I'm going to cast Smite probably on these
It
guys.
wasn't ever a model I could actually use in a normal game. But then when the 8th edition Space Marines came
5,
out
so it
and
goes
they
off.
reintroduced Lieutenant,
Just barely.
these were
And
like
then 1 dice,
the
D3.
perfect model for that for me. And so the way I run them is the base Lieutenant with a jump pack.
They're all the same.
Okay, then I'm also going to cast Trephination on these guys. Goes off with +2.
I honestly, I just like the idea of the Space Marine with the spear a little bit better.
So
sometimes.
7 + 2, 9.
So 2 die.
2 die.
Is my
I'm going to start with these 2 tacticals and shoot into this ranger squad. I'm going to start with the Stormbolter on the sergeant. 2 misses. Then I'm going to do the frag missile. I get 5 dice.
He's a good spot fire. He's good at putting out spot fire.
Hit or 4 hit.
3.
3. Oh yeah, I moved.
Sometimes
And then
3.
3.
so he has a super bolt.
2.
Sometimes
2 3-up saves.
Pass fail.
He's a very multi-role unit. I really like him with the jump pack.
Then the lieutenant is also going to shoot into the rangers.
Bring him with the jump pack. It just
2 hits.
it was more points, but every time I bring him,
3-up save.
a ton of
Pass.
Awesome.
This is one of my favorites.
Librarian is shooting the Stormbolter into rangers.
When I do bigger games, I'll probably bring them
1
both and
hit.
run them together.
1 wound.
3-up save.
Finally, we
Fail.
have
You're
Right off
dead.
his head.
And if you don't know who this guy is, well,
That's the end of my turn, Dark Angel's turn 2, and I still have 0 victory points.
his stats are pretty good. Normally, he can take his in most fights, but when he's near a character, he
So
just-
for my canticle this turn, I'm going to use Litany of the Electromancer. Okay, so this guy, he moved 3 and then went down the building, so he's right there.
just becomes a
This squad advanced, they moved up 9 through the alleyway. This squad just shimmied around, this heavy moved, these 3 guys moved, he stood still.
75
These 5 stayed where they're at, and then my Tech Priest Warlord also stayed where he's at. Okay, so my Tech Priest is going to shoot these tacticals. This is a las pistol. 4 up to hit. Hits. 5 up to wound. Nothing. Okay, so this squad is going to shoot. This guy moved, so he can't. These 3 are going to shoot this 2-man tactical squad. And the other one is going to shoot the Librarian. So this is the 3 galvanic rifles hitting on 3s. 1 hit. Wounding on a 4-up. Nothing. And this is the Transuranic Arquebus. It's on a 3. Hits. It's strength 6 or 7, so it wounds you on a 3. It's -2 to your armor.
Okay, so I have a
5
4
up.
up. Or no, they don't have an invul. So a 5 up and then feel no pain because of warlord trait. That was 5 up.
Okay, so don't roll that yet, because it says D3.
Oh, for
Did I roll
each
6 to
damage.
wound?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the damage from the Transuranic Arquebus. 1.
Awesome.
So take your feeling pain.
Pass.
Okay. So this guy is going to charge those 3.
Awesome. I'm gonna shoot Overwatch with the bolt pistol or the bolt guns right now. Nothing right now, but it's all good. And then the melting gun. Nope. Alrighty
Okay,
then.
so charge distance 8. That is a successful charge. Okay, so here are my attacks. They are these are the Omnisign Axe. They're 4 up to hit, 2 hits. They are strength 5 because they're +1 or +2 strength.
So 2 wounds.
So 2 wounds at -1.
That's lots of 4s. Ooh.
And then these 2 multiple wounds, I think, but it doesn't matter. I think it does 2. So this is the servo arm. It's -1 to hit, so it's on 5. Misses. I'm gonna spend a command point and re-roll that. Cause might as well. Don't have anything else going on. Hits. Wounds on a 2. Wound. It's -2 to your armor.
5.
It does 3 damage. Okay, So I won that combat, so he just consolidated back behind that cover.
So the lieutenant moved from around here over here, and he advanced 2 inches. Librarian hopped up on here. He got a 3-inch advance, and the 2 tacticals turned around this corner to open fire on these guys. I'm going to cast Smite, so it's going to go onto the Engines here. 4 does not pass. Then I'm going to cast Trephination onto these guys. It does go through with a 7. And garbage. So I'm going to shoot the Stormbolter into these Electro Priests. 3 hits.
3s.
3s. 3 wounds.
Okay, 3 up invuls. Pass.
Okay, and then I'm going to shoot a Crack Missile at the same target. 3 hits. Or 3 shots. 1 hit.
No,
oh yeah, no, none hit. Never mind. Failure. These tacticals are going to charge these Electro Priests.
I have no guns, so you can just roll your distance. 5.
Not even close. I still have 0 victory points at the end of Dark Angel turn 3.
So this tech priest, he stayed still. These guys, they didn't move either, nor did these guys. And then over here, my Fulgurite Electro Priest walked up, and my tech priest moved around to engage this lieutenant. Okay, so one guy here can see through this tiny little doorway into that guy, so I'm going to roll his shot. This is 1 galvanic rifle, 3 up to hit, misses. And then this guy is going to shoot his pistol. It's a 4 up to hit, I believe, and he misses too. So my Engines here is going to assault his librarian, or his lieutenant, I mean.
Rolling Overwatch. I hit with 1.
4 up.
Nope.
And then my distance, I make it with a 9. Okay, and then over here with these Fulgurites, I am going to assault both of these 2 units.
Alright, so Stormbolter from Librarian first. 1 hit. 1 wound.
This is a 3 up invul. Pass.
Stormbolter from Lieutenant. Or Sergeant. 1 hit. 1 wound.
3 up invul. Pass.
And then D6 from Frag Missile. 2.
Fraggle Rock.
Nope, 2 fails.
So here's my charge distance. With 8. So yeah, that would get me up into both fights. Okay, so I'm going to spend my last command point on Conquer Doctrina Imperative, and I'm going to use it on this unit in combat, so they get +1 on there to hit rolls. So these are 2 of them attacking the Librarian. They hit on 3s, but they get +1, so they hit on 2s now. So 4 hits. They're strength 5, so they wound you on 3s. So 2 at -2. And actually, I believe they do mortal wounds when I roll 6 to wound. So these are the 2d3 mortal wounds for rolling 6s to wound. So 3 say mortal wounds.
3 mortal wounds? Okay, so,
So 3
Feel No Pain. Yeah. 3 Feel No Pain saves? I fail 2.
Okay, so these are the attacks from those 5 guys into the 2 tactical marines. They're hitting on 2s. And so they all hit. And then these are strength 5, so they wound on 3s. So we got 4 saves at -2.
4 5-ups. They are destroyed.
Okay, so we forgot to do this earlier, but when those guys charge, you roll a d6 for every model in the unit, and if you roll a 6, they deal a mortal wound. So we've got 1 mortal wound onto the Librarian.
Feel No Pain. Fail. So he's down to 1 wound.
Okay, so my tech priest is going to fight his lieutenant. This is my Omniscion axe. I have 2 attacks hitting on 4s. 1 hits. It grants me strength 6, so I wound you on 3s. It's minus 2 to your armor.
Okay, so I have a 5 up. 5 up. Fail.
And that does 2 damage.
2 damage? Okay, so he's down to 2 wounds.
And then I have my servo arm, which hits on a 5 up because it's minus 1 to hit. Misses.
I am attacking back with my lieutenant first. This is the Havenfall blade. I hit with 1. Oh no, he hits on 2s. So I hit with 3 of them. And wounds with... He wounds on 4s, right?
I'm toughness 4.
Oh wait, he's strength 7 anyway, so...
Okay,
yeah,
so
3 hit.
Okay, so these are my invols. I need 6s. I make 1.
Okay, so 2d3. 4.
Okay, so yeah, he's dead. That is all of his wounds.
And attack with the librarian. That was in there. 3 hit. Or 2 hit. 1 wound.
3 up invul.
Oh, and I get to reroll to wound. 2 wounds.
Okay, so there's the other 3 up invul. Pass.
That was the end of Dark Angel's turn 2, or turn 4, right? Turn 4. I consolidated over here, and just hoping not to die. I'm going to just basically move him around here, just to for sure get that charge, even though I probably already would have. Going to the psychic phase. I'm going to use the librarian. I'm going to use smite first. So, it goes off with 9. Does it give? No,
It's
D3. D3? 3.
Okay, 3, 5 up, feel no pain saves. 1, so 2 die.
And then I will use Trephination. And it goes off with the +2. With an 11, so 13. What's the leadership?
8, so 5 die, so that's all of them.
feel no pain.
Oh, yeah. 5 feel no pain saves. You were correct in that. 2 of them.
Nice. And then charging. Yeah. He'll charge in there. Makes it the 9. Have fun. Yo! Oh yeah. Go with them. I'll start with the lieutenant in combat. He has 4 with the Havenfall blade. All of them hit. +3, they're toughness 4.
3.
3? Okay, so 2s. Okay. 4. At -3.
Okay, well,
yeah,
there's
the
3 up invul.
Yeah.
5 up.
Oh, no, they do multiple wounds.
Oh yeah, D3. So 2D3.
Okay, so this is one of them. Feel no pain. It fails, and then this is the other one. Fail. They did. You want to roll to see if the game continues?
Nope.
So that's the end of turn 5. How many victory points do you have?
0.
I put that in at the end.